And we're gonna transition to the top 5. We're gonna do the top 5 villain. What's it? Redemption arcs, yeah. Spelling. I'll learn how to spell one of these days. Top 5 villain redemption arcs, guys. So give me your guesses. And I need to collect some screenshots, so it's gonna take a couple minutes for me to set this all up. But yeah, let the guesses flow. Yeah, I have my list. I just didn't get the pictures, so I want to make it pretty. So give me a couple minutes. I'll set it up. In the meantime, let's see if I can't put some nice music on. So any villains you think have redeemed themselves in their video games, put them in the top 5, guys. I just gotta grab some screenshots. I apologize. Gotta make this look pretty.
Captain Time Spacer came down from the stars. He gives us hope in a time.
They have to be a villain at some point and redeem themselves at another point. That is what I consider a villain to have a redemption arc.
I hope my children survive during this horrific time. My children survive during this space genocide. Captain Time Spacer, take us away. Captain Time Space, save us today.
Almost done. Still working on it.
I never believed in the stars before. I thought in the distance others like me lit fires to tell us who we could be then. Captain Time Spacer came down from the stars. Gives me hope in a time of lack. Time Spacer, take us away. Time Space, save us today. Time Spacer, take us away. Time Space, save us today.
Almost there. Sorry, guys. I should have done this before. I had gotten the list written out and I was like, man, I did such a good job. And then I forgot to update and put the screenshots in. The actual pictures for all the characters. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I should have done this days ago, then I wouldn't have to scatter and do this so fast. Almost there. It's almost happening. Top 5's almost done. Villainous characters that got redeemed. There might be a little bit of spoilers in here at some point. I apologize. Okay. All right, let me see. Sorry. He said your mom. All right, we got Magus, Cthulhu, Kane, Zegrum, Zero, Faye, Id, Graf, Magus, Golbez, Galleon, Joey, your face again. Your mom, your face. Inquisitor N, Joey, Kotar, Darth Revan, Halo 2 Arbiter, Suikoden characters, Inquisitor N, Bowser, King Day to Day, Kane. Thought about Kane. I'm not sure he truly qualifies as a villain. He's an RPG in that one mini game. Kane, Magus, Galleon, half the cast of Unicorn Overlord, which I did see a unicorn the other day. Harley, Chrono Cross, you're good. Note to Tam Clipscar telling us he's almost done. Marquette or Gonzaga close to winning. Redeemed. Super Robot Wars has lots. All right, I'm back. I'm all caught up. Okay. By the way, it's King DDD. All right, so we're going to villain redemption arcs, guys. Basically, I can't think of a better one than Zuko. He's probably the best villain character arc I've ever seen in media. But Avatar was never in an RPG, so he's just my cover page poster boy. But this is what I'm looking for, basically. Someone who starts off very villainous, does some really douchey things throughout the story, and then he comes to terms with something in his past. He makes some resolves, and then he humbles himself and becomes a good guy. And this picture is perfect because it's the evil Zuko, the transitioning Zuko that doesn't really know if he wants to be evil or good, and then the good Zuko. So that's what I consider a villainous redemption arc. Obviously, he's not an RPG, so he doesn't count. But this is what I'm looking for. So let's go for the outside looking in. I could have picked any Dragon Ball character, so the hair length represents how redeemed he is. yeah. Bald equals villain. Well, I mean, Vegeta always had a lot of hair, and he was a big villain back in the day. But every Dragon Ball character is somewhat of a villain, right? Piccolo starts off as a villain. Yamcha's a villain. Tien's a villain. Yeah, exactly. Any Dragon Ball character. Piccolo, Vegeta. I mean, even Frieza kind of joins the good guys in the end. But whatever. This is just the except Goku and Krillin. But Krillin was trying to steal Goku's stuff in the early Dragon Ball. So he wasn't the nicest person either. So yeah, any Dragon Ball character. This is Jafar from Fire Emblem. He starts off in the Four Fangs, and he has like a redemption arc where he's protecting one of the young kids. And then he joins the good guys. He almost gets himself killed protecting Nino. But pretty cool to see this guy. He was pretty much just a cold-blooded killer. He kills one of your characters, like love interests at some point in the game. He's not really a good guy. Like he's just set. He has like a mission and he'll complete it, but he has a turning point when Nino gets in trouble. And then you've got Curtis from Disgaea. He is a hero of the human race, so he is the villain for Disgaea when he's chasing after Laharl and whatnot. And eventually he gets killed by Laharl, and then he gets transitioned into a Prinny, and he redeems himself and saves everyone in a certain story in the first Disgaea game, which is really fun and just cool the way he kind of reappears as a Prinny, and he's kind of like redeeming himself from that point forward in every other Disgaea game. There was a couple others I was trying to think of, but I was trying to finish this list, so I didn't quite get more of the outside looking in characters that I wanted. But anyways, so like you guys get what I'm going with, right? That was a neat thing. Is the music a little loud? Oh, hold on. So yeah, so that's the outside looking in, guys. Let's go into the top 5, and I think you guys got 3 of the 5. So congratulations on that. Number 5 is Cthulhu. So I think you guys nailed him. I mean, how could you not consider Cthulhu a redemption story when not only does he save the world, but he saves Christmas? And maybe his reasoning for saving the world is very... Wait, yeah, you did. I thought Chaos said Cthulhu. I thought I saw... yeah, Moogle said Cthulhu. Yeah, Moogle said Cthulhu. Scroll up. I was looking at some of the responses. So anyways, as I was saying, Cthulhu starts off, he wants the world saved. So the world's in some dire situation where it's about to be destroyed. But he was like, I don't want the world destroyed. I want the world to bend under my will. So in order for that to happen, he has to save the world. So he becomes a reluctant hero. And then in the second game, he has to save Christmas, which is just delightful. So he is a reluctant redemption arc where, he saves the world and one of, our favorite holidays. So cheers to Cthulhu. He is a world destroyer in many games, but in the Cthulhu Saves timeline, he is a hero. So cheers to Cthulhu. He's also a really annoying boss in Cosmic Star Heroine. Exactly, Tam. He has to save in order to destroy. But he doesn't want anyone else to destroy it. He just wants to destroy it himself. So yeah, he makes the list because he's a reluctant hero. But that still counts. Number 4 is Zed from Wild Arms. This one I really liked. So I have a love-hate relationship with Alter Code F, which is the Wild Arms remake on the PlayStation 2. In one hand, they upgraded the graphics because the sprites were very beautiful in Wild Arms, but when you transition to a battle, good God, does it not age very well. So one thing that Ultra Code F did was it made everything look very nice. Unfortunately, they kind of screwed up the battle system in their own special way, which makes it not one of my favorite things. But what they did do is they added other playable characters other than Rudy, Jack, and Cecilia. And Zed is one of those additional playable characters. And what happens is, it's really cool. There's a town that the demons destroy, and they kill pretty much everybody. And as you transition throughout the story, like the town is slowly rebuilding, and you come across Zed, who is one of the demons, and he's kind of just like this goofy demon that gets in your way, but is not like truly evil. He's like goofy evil. Like he's just like, oh, they told me to stop you, so I'm gonna stop you. But what happens is there's a girl in the town that's rebuilding, and she's blind. And Zed actually goes to her, and he's like very friendly to her, and he's he's just like talking to her and treating her very nice. And she doesn't know any better. She doesn't know he's a demon. She just really likes his company. And the heroes see him and they fight him, and they give him an ultimatum at the end, and he's like, just please, just make sure that girl's well off and whatnot, because I just hated to see her suffer anymore. And you can then get him to join you, or you could kill him off, which is, it's your own prerogative if you want to do it at that point. But he is one of the secret characters, and he joins up with your squad after that. And it's a cool little redemption that he gets, because he was never really one of the truly bad demons, I guess. He kind of redeemed himself near the end. He has a soft side. But yeah, I like that portion of Ultra Code F. Because Zed, I think at one point he just kind of disappears in the original Wild Arms. I don't remember if he really has a finale. And in Ultra Code F, they actually give him like a little finale to his story. So yeah, he makes the list at number 4. Number 3 is, this is a series where it happens a lot. Like Dragon Ball, this series, the villains tend to become good guys. So I only added one. And because I had to only include one, I included my favorite character in the series. Number 3 is Ren from Trails in the Sky / Cold Steel. Well, by Cold Steel, she's already a good guy. But in the second game, she is a real pain in the neck. She's a girl that you find, and then you're playing hide and go seek with her, and everything's fun. And then, boom, evil little girl. And, through the power of friendship and whatnot, she joins you. I guess I should gonna guess that, because you talked about it each time. Yeah, so, eventually Estelle's overbearing, like, friendliness, like, is too much for Ren to take, and she kind of succumbs, to the good side. In the third game, they meet each other in that alternate dimension, and then in the in Trails to Azure and Trails to Zero, then you kind of see them grow as like a family unit even more. And Ren kind of sheds her evil ways, and she shares her tragic past, yada yada yada. She joins the good guys. Estelle's overbearing friendliness. I mean, it is. I mean, honestly, like in every Trails game, there's a bad guy that joins the good guys because they're just so nice to him, And Ren is one of the earlier examples of that. So yeah, Ren is my favorite character in the Trails series, so she makes the list. Because, I mean, honestly, I could add just nothing but Trails characters to this Redemption arc list, and there's be a ton of them. But anyways, let's move on. Number 2 and number 1 you guys got. Number 2 is Magus from Chrono Trigger. Obviously a redemption story for him. He's just kind of like a kid that was put in a bad situation. It wasn't really anything that happened to him wasn't really his fault. He kind of got influenced by the monsters in the timeline he was sent to. This is basically Dragon Ball, so it's cheating. It's not. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. It's not like Dragon Ball. It is, but it isn't. But so Magus, he finds out about Lavos, and he basically is dead set. He does some bad things, and he is the villain in the Middle Ages. He does some things that aren't the best, but he's got his reasons. And yeah, he is Piccolo, except in the Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross timelines and Radical Dreamer timelines, he never like trains like a young Gohan type character, right? If he did that, then he would truly be Piccolo. But yeah, you then find out that the reason he was kind of a prick was because he was trying to build up all these resources, because he found out the cause for his time displacement, and he was trying to put an end to Lavos once and for all. And the good guys show up at the worst time, kind of stop his his summoning, and then everything goes to shit from there. And that was Toriyama's favorite DBZ character, since I feel like Toriyama liked Magus. Yeah, to me, he was a cool character. And I mean, honestly, I've said this plenty of times, you don't really get any bonuses for killing Magus, so why would you? Like, you gain a party member if you forgive him, and you don't get anything in game if you kill him. They should have given you some incentive to kill him, but since they didn't, why would you, right? But anyways, you guys guessed Magus, so good job. And number 1, my favorite redemption arc. It happens in 2 different games. You get a great party member right when you need them. Exactly. My favorite redemption arc happens in 2 different games. The first game, he's a prick and you hate him. The second game, he's a prick, but he's doing it because he needs to toughen up the good guys. It is Galleon from Lunar, the Silver Star Story, and Lunar Eternal Blue. Galleon is a cool character. He starts off as a hero. He's one of the heroes that, is in the party with Dragon Master Dyne. He sees the problems that arise when the Dragon Master doesn't do what he needs to do. So he takes it up under his own control and tries to do things the forceful way. It doesn't work out in the original Lunar games. He gets thwarted, and you kind of think he's well. Here's the thing, No Bake Kain. So this is why I said villain redemption arc. No Bake. Kain is not a villain in any point of Final Fantasy IV. Kain is mind controlled. He never turns on the team willfully. He never does it by his own accords. He is weak-minded and then controlled because of his weak mind, because he is, in love with Rosa and whatnot, but not because he wanted to do these things, because they used his weak mind and turned him against the team. So I don't consider Kain a villain. But yeah, if you want to do a hero redemption arc, I think Kain would fall into it, because the After Years actually, for all of its faults, I think the After Years actually do a pretty good job for redeeming Kain. Well, Chaos, don't think too much into it, because yes, that would be that's another hero redemption arc. But let's not talk about that, because we might spoil another top 5 list down the road. Luke is one of my favorite characters of all time, just because of how well the Tales of the Abyss game, which, by the way, Tales never really does a good character progression, except for Luke. I think Luke is probably one of their best performances as far as character development goes. But we'll talk about we can talk about that later. Luke is a fantastic character. Hey, what up? What up, CV? It's a crime that Abyss isn't on modern systems. I agree. Yeah, they put it on the 3DS, which is nice. But yeah. So yeah, you guys guessed Galleon. So you guys guessed Cthulhu, Magus, and Galleon. So good job on getting 3 of the 5. But yeah, you guys need to see you would need to play both Lunar games in order to see the full progression of Galleon's redemption, because he doesn't get redeemed in Lunar 1. He actually gets his redemption comes when he helps build Hero as a savior type character in Eternal Blue, and he shows him the errors of his own way and the errors of Hero's mentality kind of deal. But it's a good story. It's done very well within those 2 games. It's very unfortunate that Lunar really only has 2 games. Let's not talk about Dragon Song. That doesn't count. Lunar Silver Star Story and Lunar Eternal Blue are the only Lunar games we talk about. They're the only ones that count. But yeah, these are my favorite villain redemption arcs, guys. So I don't consider Joey from Suikoden. You guys guess Joey? I don't like Joey as a character. I think he's kind of like a make-believe Delita, and he does a very poor job at it. So I don't really like that guy. Yeah, Galleon's story is the best part. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, to recap my favorite villain redemption arcs, you've got Galleon at number 1. You've got Magus at, I don't know why that says Tales of Xillia. You can see I did these lists really fast and didn't pay attention to them. You got Magus at 2. You got Ren from Trails in the Sky at 3. You've got Zed from Wild Arms at 4. And you got Cthulhu from Cthulhu Saves the World, or Cthulhu Saves Christmas at 5. So that is my top 5. Did I save this list? Hold on. Let me make sure I put this down. 23. All right, got that. So let's open up. Let's see what we're gonna do for the next top 5, guys. We've got 69 categories. I guess we could add hero redemption arcs if you guys want. It seems like that would be a good one. Although I might have spoiled some of the ones that I would add to it, so whatever. Giggity. Let's see what we get. Top 5 useless items. Top 5 useless items. That's a fun list. All right, let me write that. Let me put that in my little template so I useless items. That could be fun. Let's remove that. And let's save this list. Okay. It reminds me of the unsellable towels in the old Spiderweb software games. I can think of one in Final Fantasy IV right now. Useless items in Final Fantasy IV? I'll have to think of this list, guys. Let me see who we can... See if we can rate anybody.